I'm Sabrina Zainal, and this is Nightline. The top stories. Tensions soar as Israel and Iran locked in relentless showdown. And KLIA Aerotrain returns after 2-year suspension. Good morning. The Iran-Israel conflict has intensified into its second week, with Israel launching fresh strikes across Iran, including in the oil-rich southwestern region of Ahwaz. Iran's health ministry said Israeli missiles and drones have killed over 400 people and wounded more than 3,000 since the attacks began last week. Israel said it is targeting military infrastructure, claiming to have killed 3 Iranian commanders. In response, Iran launched drones that struck a residential building in northern Israel, though the number of casualties remains unclear. Meanwhile, Iran's foreign minister has arrived in Istanbul for emergency talks with regional diplomats and warned the U.S. that military intervention could endanger everyone. With strikes ongoing and civilian casualties rising, regional tensions have also reached a boiling point. Back home, Foreign Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Hassan has ordered for the temporary closure of the Malaysian embassy in Iran. He said that all Malaysians, including embassy staff in the conflict-stricken country, have also been instructed to return to Malaysia immediately. Now, according to Muhammad, the decision was made after many other foreign missions had taken similar action following the escalating tensions in the Iran-Israel conflict. However, some still refuse to leave, including 3 students in Qom and 1 in Isfahan, as they are located far from Tehran. On Wednesday, government spokesman Datuk Fahmi Fadzil said Malaysians in Iran are expected to be evacuated as early as Friday with government assistance, following Israel's aggressive actions that have significantly heightened regional tensions. In the meantime, the Defense Ministry is closely monitoring the ongoing Iran-Israel conflict. Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Khalid Nordin said the situation is concerning as it may affect global supply chains, the world economy, and the safety of Malaysians.
Jadi Kementerian Luar pun ada buat kenyataan bahawa rakyat Malaysia yang ada di Iran akan dibawa melalui jalan darat. Dan negara yang telah diuruskan untuk menerima mereka ialah Turkmenistan. Maka mereka akan pergi ke jalan darat, daripada Turkmenistan lah baru mereka akan dibawa balik ke negara melalui mungkin pesawat-pesawat komersial biasa.
Khalid said this to reporters after officiating an event in Kota Tinggi, Johor on Saturday. He explained that the number of Malaysians in Iran is relatively small and the evacuation process will be carried out in an orderly manner with careful consideration of both security and diplomatic aspects. After being suspended for over 2 years, the Aerotrain service at Kuala Lumpur International Airport, KLIA, is scheduled to resume operations on July 1st. Transport Minister Anthony Loke said final tests are currently being conducted to ensure full compliance with all safety requirements.
Pelbagai percubaan ataupun trial telah pun dilakukan untuk memastikan keselamatan Aerotrain ini. Dan Aerotrain ini akan menjalani percubaan dan juga beberapa lagi ujian terakhir dalam masa beberapa hari ini.
Loke said this during a media preview session held on Saturday in conjunction with the final phase of testing for the long-awaited Aerotrain service. He added that the resumption of the service is timely, with the country set to host several ASEAN meetings later this year and welcome more international visitors in conjunction with Visit Malaysia Year 2026. The new Aerotrain set comprises 3 coaches with a total capacity of 270 passengers per trip. 2 train sets will operate alternately, while the third will be kept on standby as a backup. The shuttle bus service will also remain in operation temporarily to ensure smooth passenger movement within the airport, particularly at Terminal 1. The KLIA Aerotrain, which had been in operation for over 25 years, was suspended in March 2023 following a major breakdown that left 114 passengers stranded. In the meantime, Malaysia needs to explore new markets for its commodity exports following the ongoing turmoil in West Asia and Europe. Plantation and Commodities Minister Datuk Sri Johari Abdul Ghani said geopolitical conflicts have made it increasingly difficult to export commodities, particularly palm oil, to the affected regions.
Kalau dihantar sekalipun, mungkin insurans dia bertambah tinggi. Dan dia kos akan dikenakan kepada siapa pembeli. Kemudian kontainer. Kita nak ambil kontainer, sewa kontainer menjadi meningkat 3-4 kali ganda. Jadi itu secara tak langsung menyebabkan produk-produk kita ini akan terjejas permintaan.
Johari said this after attending an event in Kota Baru, Kelantan on Saturday. He added that Malaysia currently exports goods, including palm oil, worth 186 billion ringgit annually to markets around the world. However, part of these markets fall within high-risk zones due to ongoing armed conflicts. The diagnosis-related group DRG payment system for healthcare treatment is expected to be rolled out in phases nationwide starting at the end of this year. Health Minister Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad stressed that the system is crucial to protect patients from excessive charges at private hospitals and help control the rising costs of medical care and treatment. Zulkifli said the initial phase of the DRG system implementation will only cover treatment for certain specific diseases before being expanded.
Sistem DRG ini sangat kompleks. Tetapi kita jangan tunggu sempurna untuk laksanakan. Kita laksanakan berfasa. Fasa-fasa pertama itu memulakan apa yang dikatakan sebagai disease klasifikasi penyakit yang lebih mudah, grupa-grupa ini, kumpulan-kumpulan ini lebih mudah untuk diamalkan atau dilaksanakan.
A range of charges for treatments under the system will be set by a new committee chaired jointly by the Health Minister and the Finance Minister. This is to ensure that charges at private hospitals are fair and reasonable.
Kita mau buat removal of our appendectomy, itu satu prosedur. Penyakitnya appendix, prosedurnya appendectomy, dan dalam prosedur itu ini bayarannya. Kalau ada komplikasi yang lain, ini bayaran-bayaran yang lain. Jadi ada cara untuk kita semacam satu piawaian standard. Di situ langkah saya pertama untuk mengawal inflasi.
The system also protects patients who have to pay for their own medical treatment. Recent data shows that 32% of the country's healthcare expenditure is paid out of pocket by patients without insurance coverage. Now, the proposal to let Employees Provident Fund EPF members use savings in Account 2 to pay for health insurance premiums is still under review. EPF said it is working closely with the relevant authorities to assess the viability of the initiative. In a statement, EPF said it is aware of discussions on the proposal. The fund added that, as with all proposals involving members' savings, a thorough assessment is being carried out to ensure any new measure balances short-term needs with long-term retirement security. It also said that further updates would be shared through official channels once available. If implemented, the initiative could enable 16 million EPF contributors to access private hospital treatment using their contributions. On Thursday, Health Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad said the government is considering allowing EPF members to use their Account 2 savings to pay for monthly health insurance premiums. He also clarified that the proposed scheme would be voluntary and not mandatory. The proposal was also welcomed by the Association of Private Hospitals of Malaysia, APHM, which described it as a timely move to expand public access to quality health care. In other news, the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, will summon 20 witnesses next week to record their statements as part of the ongoing probe into the alleged misappropriation of sukuk funds for a highway project in the Klang Valley. Its Chief Commissioner, Tan Sri Azam Baki, said the witnesses include several individuals who have previously been called to provide their statements. According to Azam, the Commission aims to complete the investigation papers within 2 months.
Setakat ini, pasukan siasatan sedang meneliti pelbagai dokumen termasuk dokumen bank yang perlu kita buat analisa dan juga menggunakan percakapan daripada pihak pegawai bank untuk disahkan kandungan ataupun konten di dalam penjata-penjata bank berkenaan.
He added that, so far, there is no need to conduct new raids or recall the corporate figure with the title Tan Sri linked to the case. MACC investigators had already recorded statements from the businessman involved on 3 occasions, working alongside a tactical team. This followed the Commission's suspicion of a secret room containing weapons and assets linked to the case. Previously, the graft buster seized assets worth 141 million ringgit within the country and is currently tracking overseas assets valued at 15 million ringgit in connection with the probe.
Miri armed robbery gang nabbed within 24 hours. This and more after the break.
Nak iklankan perniagaan anda di syarikat penerbitan nombor 1 di Malaysia? Bersama dengan Mari Local, promosikan perniagaan anda di lebih 30 platform dan capai lebih 10 juta pengguna setiap bulan. Mulakan langkah untuk mengembangkan perniagaan anda dengan mengisi butiran di refmedia.my/marilocal hari ini.
Kalau biasa orang dengar ni Wagyu, Wa Jepun, Gyu tu lembu. Why not we have our own premium daging yang boleh kita kenalkan sebagai daging tempatan. 80 to 90% almost sama dengan Wagyu dekat Jepun ataupun Australia.
Banyak juga orang tanya, macam mana rasa yogurt kelapa ni sebenarnya? Dia ada rasa keunikan dia sendiri.
Kita bagi rumput dan hampas, dia akan tunggu hampas dulu. Itu yang seronoknya tu.
Healing, sekadar trend atau benar-benar beri manfaat?
Ia sangat aktiviti yang lasak dan ia boleh memberi bahaya kepada mereka.
Sejauh mana kita sedar akan risikonya?
Mungkin kita rasa, tempat kita nampak di atas terang. Sedangkan sungai ni 10 km lagi dalam. Di sebelah sana hujan lebat.
The more you hike, the more you climb, dia jadi panas, dah sweating pula.
Healing, risiko dan sebaliknya. Kami bincangkan dalam Hello Doktor, Ahad 5.30 petang di TV3 dan stream juga melalui Tonton.
Pagi? Baik. Sekarang, saya akan bagi keputusan trial kamu hari itu. Di tempat pertama, macam biasa, Alisha. Mana Alisha?
Misi anda adalah untuk dapatkan tiket Agent Ali The Movie 2 dibawakan berdekatan sekarang.
Dia kencing manis. Kencing manis dia kena ambil insulin lah. Kadang-kadang tu dia lupa. Suami dia, dia pendengaran, kurang pendengaran. Memang tak dengar lah. Sama-sama lah mereka 3 orang tu. Yang ni kekurangan macam ni, yang ni. Yang suami kurangannya macam tu. Tak adalah sekali-sekali mari kat rumah tu nangis. Dia kata tak ada lauk apa semua.
Saya takkan pergi selagi saya tak tahu yang Aminah dah maafkan saya.
Macam manalah cara aku nak jumpa dengan kau ni, Aminah?
Inilah peluang dia, Omar. Kau kena cari jalan jumpa dengan Aminah. Cari dia. Kau kena balas dendam.
Cuma kadang-kadang tu saya terfikir, terlintas dalam kepala saya ni. Kalaulah saya masih lagi dengan awak, kita mungkin ada anak sama-sama, kan?
Thanks for staying with us. A massive fire swept through the Kota Putri industrial area near Taman Mega Ria in Masai, Johor Bahru on Saturday, raising 5 factories and 15 vehicles. Residents within a 50-meter radius were ordered to evacuate as the flames were spreading rapidly, posing a threat to nearby homes.
State Fire and Rescue Department Zone 1 Deputy Chief Ros Farawadi Ismani Ismail said the department was alerted to the incident at 12:54 p.m. and dispatched 34 personnel and 9 fire engines to the scene. The blaze destroyed approximately 1,000 square meters of the industrial area. The affected premises included a used engine oil storage facility, a recycling center, a soap processing plant, and a lorry parking lot. A nearby car wash was also partially damaged. Also destroyed were 5 tankers, 5 motorcycles, and 3 cars. No injuries or casualties were reported. Authorities stated that the evacuation of residents within a 50-meter radius was ordered to prevent any untoward incidents. Residents will be allowed to return once the area is confirmed to be completely safe. The cause of the fire and the total losses are still under investigation.
Meanwhile, in Selangor, a paper factory in Puchong was also destroyed in a fire on Saturday. The 12:13 p.m. incident, which occurred in Kampung Lembah Kinrara, also damaged 7 vehicles parked nearby the premises.
The Puchong Fire and Rescue Department said a team was deployed to the scene after they received a distress call at about 12:15 p.m. A total of 31 personnel and 8 fire engines from 4 stations were involved in the firefighting operation. Witnesses reported that they were able to see the smoke from over a kilometer away. The factory, measuring about 3,000 square feet, was 80% damaged. The flames were successfully brought under control by 1:36 p.m. before it could spread to nearby premises. No casualties were reported. Investigations are ongoing to determine the cause of the fire and total amount of losses.
Elsewhere in Selangor, police are investigating possible secret society links in connection with the fatal shooting of a man in Meru, Klang on Friday. Klang Utara Police Chief Assistant Commissioner S. Vijaya Rao said that police have recorded several witness statements and will call in more people to assist in the investigation. Vijaya said that initial investigations revealed that the victim was accompanying a friend who intended to purchase a used motorcycle when the incident occurred. The victim was believed to have been shot at close range. Authorities have also reviewed footage from the closed-circuit television CCTV camera in the area in an attempt to identify the suspect. The shooting, which happened at around 3:37 p.m., left the 46-year-old victim dead in the driver's seat of a 4-wheel drive vehicle outside a motorcycle shop in Taman Meru Utama. The case is being investigated under the Penal Code for murder. A robbery gang was busted by police less than 24 hours after committing their latest crime in Miri, Sarawak. All items stolen in the incident were also successfully recovered. Miri Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Muhammad Farhan Lee Abdullah said they received a call last Thursday reporting a robbery at a double-story house in Taman Viana, Jalan Bakam. A team from the Criminal Investigation Division was immediately dispatched to the scene. However, the robbers had already fled by the time they arrived. A tip-off from the public subsequently led the team to the robbers' location. Police then succeeded in apprehending the 4 suspects, a local and 3 foreigners, aged between 38 and 57, and seized a vehicle, a knife, a utility cutter, face masks, and clothing believed to have been used in the robbery. Also recovered were stolen items from the victims, including wristwatches, jewelry, personal documents, and wallets containing cash. The suspects, who have been remanded for a week, are believed to be involved in several similar robbery cases across the district since last year. Meanwhile, police are intensifying efforts to locate 3 masked men involved in an armed robbery at an entertainment outlet in Teluk Intan, Perak. Hilir Perak Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Bakri Zainal Abidin said the incident, which has gone viral on social media, occurred last Sunday. The 1:02 a.m. incident, which occurred at Jalan Changkat Jong, was captured by the premises' closed-circuit television CCTV camera. Based on a police report lodged by a 42-year-old man working as a security guard at the premises, 3 masked men, armed with machetes, arrived in a vehicle with its license plates removed before storming into the premises. They then damaged property inside the premises and stole a mobile phone belonging to an employee, along with 2,000 ringgit in cash from the counter. The suspects also smashed the windows of 4 vehicles belonging to customers and injured 2 patrons using the machetes. Initial investigations successfully identified one of the suspects as a 37-year-old local man with a prior criminal record. The case is being investigated under the Penal Code for gang robbery using weapons and mischief resulting in property damage. In Pulau Pinang, a senior citizen was remanded for 4 days for allegedly stealing a car and abducting a disabled girl in Butterworth on Friday. The remand order was issued by Magistrate Muhammad Harith Muhammad Mazlan at the Bukit Mertaja Magistrates Court on Saturday. The court allowed the remand application for the 63-year-old suspect to assist in police investigations under the Penal Code for vehicle theft and kidnapping. Seberang Perai Utara Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Anwar Abdul Rahman said the incident occurred at 5:30 p.m. in Penaga when the girl's mother briefly exited the car to deliver engine oil to her husband's workshop. Upon returning, the woman was shocked to find both the vehicle and her 12-year-old daughter missing. The victim's family later managed to trace the vehicle's location to Bagan Lalang before alerting the police, who successfully apprehended the suspect. The girl was also found safe and unharmed. Checks on the suspect revealed a history of multiple criminal and drug-related offences. Assisted dying bill clears major hurdle in UK Parliament. The details when Nightline returns.
Jom ke Carnival Jom Heboh sempena Hari Nanas Malaysia untuk bermacam kemeriahan dan aktiviti. Ada sesi ramah mesra, NSTP Racing Sim, Zumba, konsert, selawat perdana, hadiah percuma serta iPad untuk dimenangi. Temui selebriti media prima Farah Nabilah Wazir dan Fiza Sabjahan serta personaliti Nasib Lemak Kopi O dan maskot-maskot kami. Temui anda di Padang B, Angsana Johor Bahru Mall mulai jam 9 pagi 27 hingga 29 Jun ini. Jom meriahkan Hari Nanas Malaysia.
Persahabatan semuanya ada di Ejen Ali.
Kita pengen punya lagu cinta yang BPM-nya kencang supaya cinta-cintaannya tuh ugal-ugalan.
Saksikan kuasa musik dan animasi meraihkan seni tanpa sempadan bersama kami Niji dalam Melody Showcase Niji X Agent Ali The Movie 2 Music Tour.
Tidak terus tunduk pada pemikiran stereotip, golongan Hawa semakin berani mencabar potensi diri.
Percayalah, selepas hujan pasti ada pelangi. Bella ni kalau dah suka, sayang, cinta seseorang, tapi kadang-kadang Bella sampai hilang diri Bella sendirilah.
Apa benda lah tu manis sangat? Tak cukup manis ke air ni?
Mungkin nampak ni sukanya ekstrim dan agak mencabar. I don't limit myself. Just because you're short, you pendek, you tak boleh buat.
Nona di TV3 dan stream juga melalui Tonton.
Nasib baik sempat tadi comot. Aku ingat dah nak gagal dah. Kau rasa banyak lagi ke data nak kena serasi? Boleh ke aku jadi satria ni? Hah? Ish kau ni. Kan baru jom makan tadi. Nanti lah. Aku nak kena sedia untuk training esok. Pergi main bola ni.
Misi anda adalah untuk dapatkan tiket Agent Ali The Movie 2 di pawagam berdekatan sekarang.
Sempena ulang tahun TV3 ke-41, projek dari layar ke lensa menampilkan barisan pelakon terkenal yang kini berada di kerusi pengarah. Jana Nik, Susu 5 Kupang. Fatah Amin, Nota Dosa. Siti Saleha, Berentak Dua Hati. Zainal Azim, Pencuri Rumah Imam. Akan datang di slot Cewek Lama TV3.
We're back with the foreign front. Thailand's Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra said she will not resign or dissolve parliament despite mounting calls for her to step down. Now, according to officials on Saturday, Paetongtarn remains committed to solving the country's ongoing crises and has no plans to quit. The backlash stems from a leaked phone call with Cambodia's former leader, Hun Sen, where the Thai Prime Minister appeared to belittle a senior military commander, sparking outrage and triggering the Bumjai Thai Party's exit from the ruling coalition. Despite her apology, pressure continues to mount, with another coalition partner threatening to withdraw support and protest groups planning mass rallies in Bangkok next week. The UK took a historic step on Friday towards legalizing assisted dying after members of Parliament voted to advance a controversial bill allowing terminally ill patients to end their lives. Now, the bill, backed by 314 lawmakers to 291, would permit assisted suicide for adults given less than 6 months to live with strict safeguards, including sign-off by 2 doctors and a panel of experts. The legislation now heads to the House of Lords and, if passed, could see an assisted dying service implemented within 4 years. In other news, Pakistan on Saturday said it will nominate U.S. President Donald Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize, hailing his role in defusing a 4-day military standoff with neighboring India. Islamabad praised Trump's strategic foresight and statesmanship, crediting his diplomatic intervention for bringing both sides back from the brink of nuclear war in May. The move comes after Pakistan's army chief met Trump for lunch in Washington. However, not all in Pakistan agree, with some saying Trump's support for Israel makes him an unworthy nominee. Moving on to sports now, hockey, the 2025 Nations Cup in Kuala Lumpur. Malaysia's national hockey team walked off the pitch with heads bowed after a 2-1 defeat to Wales in Saturday's classification match, ending their campaign in 6th place overall. Side Muhammad Shafiq Said Cholan gave the home side an early lead in the 20th minute, converting a penalty corner to open the scoring. But Wales drew level in the 42nd minute, with Reece Bradshaw also capitalising on a penalty corner. The decisive moment came 8 minutes from time when Gareth Furlong fired home yet another penalty corner to secure the win for Wales. The defeat means the Speedy Tigers fall short of the top 5 finish targeted by head coach Sarjit Singh. Turning to squash, the 2025 Asian Championships in Sarawak. It was another heartbreak for Malaysia as Rachel Arnold's bid for the Asian squash crown ended in defeat on Saturday. The top seed fell to Hong Kong's Ho Zi Lok in the women's individual final at the Sarawak Squash Centre, losing 4-11, 12-10, 4-11, 0-11 in a 36-minute clash. Despite levelling the match in the second game, Rachel, the world number 19, struggled to regain momentum. She failed to register a single point in the final set as Zi Lok dominated to claim the Asian title. It's a bitter loss for Rachel, who is once again forced to settle for second place after finishing runner-up in 2021. On to football, the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup in the United States. Flamengo pulled off a thrilling second-half comeback to defeat Chelsea 3-1 on Friday, securing their second consecutive win of the tournament. Chelsea struck first, with Pedro Neto finding the back of the net in the 13th minute to put the Blues ahead. But Flamengo roared back after the break. Bruno Henrique leveled the score in the 62nd minute just moments after coming off the bench. 3 minutes later, Danilo put the Brazilian side ahead with a powerful finish before fellow substitute Wallace Yan sealed the victory in the 83rd. The result puts Flamengo at the top of Group D with a perfect 6 points, while Chelsea stays second on 3. And that concludes Nightline this time around. Before we leave, let's take a look at the stunning revival of Casa Batlló in Barcelona, Spain, after its €3.5 million restoration. With that, I'm Sabrina Zainal. Thank you for watching and be well, Malaysia.